Welcome to Microsoft Unboxed. Every week we're bringing you stories around Microsoft technology and about the people behind that technology. I'm one of your hosts, Sonia Dara, and I'm joined by my colleague, Colleen O'Brien, one of your other co-hosts.
Hello.
We each have a story to share and tell one another. And this week's theme is data centers! Did I say it right? Sometimes I say data instead of data.
Dada.
You did it also. Dada.
Data centers. I did some research on the internet where everything is true.
As opposed to the library and like.
I didn't go to the library.
I still have encyclopedias at my parents' house, and it says like NASA, and it's like a line, like they tried to explore space.
Wow. You
98.
have books? Sorry, didn't mean to shame you. I learned that some data centers are built to withstand winds of up to 200 miles per hour, 9.0 earthquakes, and sustained external fire, which made me start thinking about all of the natural disasters I was afraid of as a child. The natural disaster that I was most afraid of was tornadoes.
Me too. Twister messed my head up.
Yeah.
I was born in Oklahoma, raised in Georgia. Like, tornadoes were very actually part of my life. And that beginning scene from Twister with her dad holding down, like, I was like,
I was also afraid of volcanoes. Dante's Peak and Volcano came out at the same time. That was a pretty traumatic part of my childhood. I was just like scared of all of the volcanoes.
we live in Seattle and everyone talks about beautiful Mount Rainier. It is a volcano that is overdue to erupt casually.
Why did those people live so close to Mount Vesuvius? But now we live really
Weird.
close to a volcano.
You don't have to worry because the data centers will be able to survive.
Yeah, the recommendation is if there's a natural disaster, get to a data center.
Or a data center, whatever we call it. Tomato, tomato. Do you know what a data center is?
Yes, I
Okay.
work in Azure.
I didn't mean to offend you, I'm sorry. It was meant to help with the dialogue, but now we've continued on. Data centers essentially bring together everything that you would need to help provide services to a region. So it combines computing, networking, storage, power, and software, supporting all this growing cloud business. Because everyone wants cloud, and that's how we get it. There are some places where it's been underinvested historically. We built 2 new data centers in Norway. So one in the Stavanger?
That's great.
In Oslo, I know to say Oslo. United Arab Emirates, and then also some more support in Germany. Basically, it's all around these ambitions for meeting this increasing demand for cloud services. But also, it's around helping companies innovate in their industries as well and move towards the cloud while also meeting specific requirements, right? So data residency, security, and compliance needs. Our favorite term for the last couple of months has been General Data Protection Regulation, or GDPR.
So some industries have a lot of restrictions around security and compliance, and it requires that we're building in their region for them to be able to meet those.
We have this intent to be the first global cloud operator to introduce cloud regions in Switzerland. Additionally, in Germany, we'll actually be delivering more cloud data centers. So they have a whole different set of compliance rules they have to follow, including the Cloud Computing Compliance Controls Catalog,
Whoa.
or the C5. Basically, that will also provide full connectivity to things like Azure, Office 365, and Dynamics 365, plus all the security measurements on top of that. We just announced that we're actually bringing 2 new data centers to South Africa, which will be our first ever set of data centers on the African continent, which is awesome. So it'll be in Johannesburg and Cape Town.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's really exciting. Not all of the data centers that we are building here at Microsoft are the standard ones that Sonia described.
Why you gotta be like that?
We're also experimenting with different types of data centers in our efforts to be more sustainable and to meet the needs of customers. We're dabbling in what CEO Satya Nadella has called relevant moonshots. They're these out-of-the-box ideas, or unboxed ideas, you might say. One of these relevant moonshots is Project Natick, which is a research project to determine the feasibility of subsea data centers powered by offshore renewable energy. In other words, we dropped a data center in the ocean.
Boom.
Exactly.
I'm picturing that's what it would sound like.
Why would we ever do this?
Well, I know, but yeah.
Okay. Project Natick actually asks, 50% of us live near the coast. Why doesn't our data? Putting data centers in bodies of water near coastal cities would mean that data has a shorter distance to travel. That leads to fast and smooth web surfing, video streaming, and game playing, as well as authentic experiences for AI-driven technologies. There's also a cost benefit to consider here. The world's oceans are consistently cold. I personally have jumped in the Atlantic and the Pacific, both freezing.
Can confirm.
And that consistent temperature offers free access to cooling, which is one of the biggest costs for land-based data centers. It gets super hot in there, so the ocean is a way to minimize or mitigate that cooling cost. Underwater data centers could also serve as anchor tenants for marine renewable energy, such as offshore wind farms or banks of tidal turbines. If we're investing in more of these underwater data centers, the trickle-down effect will mean that there's going to be more investment in research and development of these renewable and sustainable energy sources.
Trickle down. Did you do that on purpose?
No. Thought leaders in offshore renewable energy are in Europe, and we at Microsoft don't have a lot of experience dropping things in the ocean.
That's fair. Yeah.
So we worked with Scotland's European Marine Energy Centre, which is the largest site in the world for offshore renewable energies like tide and wave energy. We also partnered with France's Naval Group to create a shipping container-sized data center with a submarine design aesthetic.
Because it's got to look cool too.
We sunk the data center in the Scottish Sea, and it's expected to be there for about 5 years.
Oh, wow.
And it's currently processing workloads, like it's in use.
It's working.
Be sure to check out the Project Natick website where you can see what the data center is seeing.
What? Anthropomorphizing the data center.
That's a motif in our show.
There are cameras underwater looking at the data center.
By no means does Project Natick replace the data centers that we've come to know and love on land.
Like mine in Switzerland.
Yes. But Project Natick is an exercise in green tech and an exercise to see if we can get to a mass production concept.
As you can see, our investment in building more data centers, whether it's by land or by sea, is incredibly important since it's such an integral part for building out this cloud infrastructure and for really meeting this demand that we're seeing. And now we've moved on to our last segment of the show, Outside the Box. I have a question I'm going to ask Colleen. She hasn't seen the questions yet. She'll have 30 seconds. Colleen, who was your childhood actor/actress crush?
Teen heartthrob Andrew Keegan.
Oh, yeah.
10 Things I Hate About You. He was the evil boyfriend.
Yeah, the super tan one.
He was always in J14, Teen Bop.
Mine was stereotypically Leonardo DiCaprio. I had a fan club with my friend, and it was the IL Club. I love Leo.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, but we'd basically fight over him.
Sonia, what's your favorite non-standard ice cream flavor?
What's qualified as standard ice cream?
Vanilla chocolate strawberry. I'm making up the rules for this question.
I like it. You remember Cold Stone?
Yes.
They have an apple pie a la mode.
Ooh,
so they would put in the baked Dutch apples in there and with granola and caramel.
Yeah. I love Moose Tracks. Moose Tracks has little peanut butter cups in it, fudge swirls in it. You're just getting a little bit of everything.
Now I'm hungry. We're always looking for some more fun questions that we can put into the box. If you want to hear anything more embarrassing for me and Colleen, make sure to submit any of your questions to the email address below or comment on our video.
And be sure to remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel right down there. We're releasing new episodes every Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and that's it for now.
Why would you do that?
Hey everyone, if you can't get enough of us, I would highly recommend subscribing to our podcast, Women in Business and Technology, available right here.
And you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at our social handles,